Welcome to the Collective Talk Podcast.
So, here we go.
Welcome to the Collective Talk Podcast, where we talk creativity, business, and success. I'm here with Steven Burgos, guitarist out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What's good, Steven? It's great to have you here, man.
What's up, brother? Man, it's so good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yo, Steven, we know each other from years ago, actually.
Dude, many years ago.
Yeah, it's been like five or 6 years ago that we got to know each other. Steven lives in Philadelphia, but I used to go to a church in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he would always be at our church, and we got to link from there. And then we played at a couple events as well together. And man, it's really cool dude, and probably one of the biggest Philly fans that you're ever gonna
Yes, sir.
This man is so invested in all Philly sports, is like crazy.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes, bro.
All right, so let's get right into it, man.
Yeah.
So, Steven, I introduced you as a guitarist. So, what first got you into playing guitar, man, and getting into music?
Oh, dude. It's kind of different. As a kid, you start seeing people play music, right? So, like, I didn't start going to church till I was about 12. And you're just that kid that just goes to church because your parents go and they make you go, you know what I mean? But after going, for a little while, I would always like pay attention at the musicians and what they were doing, and it always intrigued me, man. And so then one day I just got on the drum set and started playing after service. Didn't play drums at all in my life. Just started playing. And yeah, that took off from there. Started going to the rehearsals, started getting plugged in, and played drums for a few years all the way up to high school. Then while I was playing drums, I was learning piano. And
once you start learning one thing, you start like branching out to the other different instruments.
Exactly. You just like once you dive into music, man, it's a whole new world. After that, graduated high school and picked up the guitar. And
so what year did you graduate, Steven?
2014.
That's crazy. It wasn't that long. Well, I don't know. It's coming up soon. I'm 2013, so
yeah, almost at the 10-year reunion.
That's crazy. Do you have any like family members that like play instruments, or it was like strictly like you just liked it how they were at church and you were like, yeah, let me give it a shot?
Yeah, literally, that's what it was. I mean, in my family, with any Hispanic family, there's always going to be some church background, or you know what I mean? So they're like, I have some like distant family members that, those type of family that you rarely talk to, but like, but they play like El Cuatro or like the weed, the Guida or whatever. So stuff like that. So there is some background, but in terms of like my grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, whatever, like nobody.
Nah, yeah.
So I'm kind of like the first one,
the odd one out.
The odd one out.
When it comes to music,
the one that everybody wanted to go. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're gonna go to college. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that." I was like, I mean, I can, but I just love music, and I could still go to college for it. But I was, like you said, the odd one out. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of how it all happened, man.
And so that leads me to my next question is who besides the musicians of your church growing up and stuff like that, and now that you do all different types of music and different types of instruments, but who specifically inspired you to get into guitar?
Oh man, that's a good question. Wow. So I'm a big like, while in church, I love, like, one of my first loves were Hillsong worship, Hillsong United. And back then when I was like 12 or 13, their albums were still kind of rockish. United We Stand, Faith, Hope, and Love, those type of albums. And the guitar is just always, I fell in love with it, the tone, the parts that they played and all that. And so the man behind most of that stuff was Nigel Hendroff, who still plays with Hillsong to this day. So I guess, he would probably be the one. I also loved classic rock, like 80s and 70s, like Journey stuff. You know what I mean?
80s
AC/DC,
rock is the greatest rock and roll.
Bro, literally the greatest rock and roll. there's like music today that's like trying to get back to that, and trying to like connect that with modern stuff and creating their own like type of unique style. But yeah, I guess that's kind of what really inspired me, man. So yeah.
Dope. So how would you describe the genre, or what genres do you usually play, or the type of e- besides just playing, Steven's also a producer too.
Yeah.
He does produce. He has produced a couple projects as well. So how would you describe the genre that you typically create, and are you open to expanding outside of that specific genre as well?
Yeah. No, I mean mainly I've just been mainly doing Christian CCM stuff. It's yeah, I kind of got into that when I started playing music. It's what I grew up in, as they say, or developed in. So yeah, that's kind of been my wheelhouse for the past few years. I'd like to explore other stuff. Like I'm always listening to like pop records with like all these crazy
Big Beaver guy, huh?
percussion layers. Yep, bro. Don't even get me started,
as,
bro.
as a
Don't
believer.
even get me started. Heck yeah, believer boy. But yeah, like I'll listen to like pop records, man, and they have like these insane layers of like percussion and synths and like crazy melodies. I'm like, dang, like that's so dope.
It's crazy with
So
pop
I've
though,
like,
because some people could think of like just a straight beat, one, two,
yeah,
three, four, a straight beat. But in pop records, like although it's very simple, but you have to catch the minor things. There's like little licks that they'll throw in there when they're transitioning to the chorus
yep,
and to the bridges.
yeah,
Um,
exactly,
vocal patterns that like the typical person would just hear
yeah,
the song, but you can hear like one on your right ear, other in the left ear. You're just like,
yeah,
what the heck?
yeah. No, the vocal production is like A1, dude. It's some of the best in the world. So that's what I'd like to, dig into. Right now, I've just been, like I said, straight CCM, church stuff, which is, you know, is- I think it's still dope, but like it's not as like super creative as like, you know, pop music nowadays, which like we were saying earlier, music now is kind of going back to that 80s trend. And like, yeah, like I'm I love that stuff, bro. So that's what I'd like to expand to. Um,
Yeah, it is crazy
so
when it
so
comes to music. Like, I feel like, I mean, we've heard this all our lives that like trends come and go, but some like, they will
yeah,
return back. Like even with fashion, and
yeah,
I know that you're more in the Christian contemporary music. Um,
yeah,
I am more in the hip hop world, and even with the hip hop world and rap, like I'm hearing like they're just redoing beats again. Like,
yeah.
there's this guy named Kevin Bermudez from Connecticut. You know who he
Oh
is?
yeah, yes,
Did
sir.
you see? I don't know if you peeped on Instagram. And shout out to him. On Instagram the other day, he flipped a song "So Sick" by Neo.
Yes, I feel like I did see that. I saw that somewhere, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Bro, but
Yeah,
like the
because
structure of the song is like it's the same piano, dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
the piano structure, but they just make it into like a modern beat. And so that's
Oh,
pretty,
that's sick.
yeah. And they've been doing that. They've been doing it like crazy now lately. Like they'll take like old, even like basketball theme songs that you'll hear at like arenas,
Yeah,
and they'll just flip it and make it into modern stuff. So it's pretty cool seeing how people are taking like the old stuff and then making it like their own. As like
yeah,
you were talking about like with pop records and stuff like that.
yeah, dude. The man that's the genius behind that is Kanye, bro. Like
The
takes
GOAT,
all the old school stuff and samples it and just makes it into like
a whole new song.
the greatest thing ever, bro. Like the guy's a genius. Yeah, it's incredible stuff, bro. Shout out to Kev though. Killer, bro.
What is your creative process like?
Um, well, with production, um, I kind of like to start off easy. Like some people, like let's say a client contacts me about a song, right? Normally people are just like, all right, cool, I'll make the track and then we'll record your vocals over it. I'm more of like, well, if you have if you have like a recording set up, I'll have them record their vocal and maybe like a piano as a backing track with the tempo of the final tempo of the song. And so once I get that vocal track and that piano or that guitar track, I'll literally build a song around that.
So
Because
it's like a
I
blueprint.
feel like it's literally a blueprint, and it's easier, it's faster, but it also, for some reason, it gives me like a lot of creative freedom than starting from scratch. Sometimes when I start from scratch, I'm at a blank, bro. I can't think of anything.
But
But
what's
when
starting from scratch per se? So like somebody has an idea for a song and they just let's say like I don't know how to play an instrument and I know a song I want to like do, but
yeah,
like I haven't created a chord structure, a melody. So I'm just like,
yeah,
Steven, listen to me sing, or hear my
l-
list, or read my lyrics. Tell me what you can do with
yeah,
that. Is that what you mean?
yeah, like literally that. Like they'll probably just send me like a voice memo of them singing a cappella. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. So I'd rather have them like send me a a track of their vocal and some sort of instrument, whether it's an acoustic or a piano, because sometimes when they play those instruments, like you can kind of feel out certain melodies and certain parts and harmonics wise, so yeah, I that's kind of how I've been doing it as of late, and it's worked. Everyone has their own creative processes and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of how I do it.
Are you a late
Yeah.
night or early morning person?
Late night, bro. I'm talking like 3 in the morning, waking up at noon the next day.
That's crazy.
Like,
I used to be that
bro.
way, man, and I don't know. Like I get a lot of stuff done early, and I'm not even an early bird. Like I hate waking
Yeah,
up early, but if I get up at like 6, 7 a.m., get some coffee, get something to eat, and then like lock
yeah,
in for like at least an hour, I feel like I make some of the best stuff that I've ever made. I used to think I was a late
yeah.
night person, but I don't know. So it's always cool to see
Dude,
what people
it's
feel.
yeah, no, it's definitely the total opposite. I've tried to be a morning person, but it just never works out. I can't drink coffee in the morning because that'll send me right to the bathroom. So, you know what
Word,
I
word,
mean?
word.
So, but some of the best, like it's like you said, some of the best stuff you made has been in the morning, dude. Some of the best stuff that I made, I was up to like 5 in the morning, bro. Like and I started at like midnight. Like one time, I was working on a song called "Your Great Love." It's on Spotify. Little promo there. But that song, the bridge of that song was like totally different from what it is now. But at the time, like I was always kind of like skeptical about the structure of that bridge. And then I was literally just sitting on my couch like this, and I was looking over at like my computer and my setup, and I was like it just hit me. I was like, let me try this on that bridge. That was like at 11 at night. I went to bed at 5. I scratched the whole bridge and like redid it, and yeah,
They
so
loved it.
that's and it came out great. People loved it, so that's me, bro. Like I am a late
Late, late.
nighter. I'm a night owl, bro. So yeah,
Cool.
no shame.
Who would you like to most collaborate with?
That it's a good
It can
question.
be, man. It can be a singer, a writer. It can be another musician or a
Yeah.
band. Like, just dream, past and present,
Um.
dude.
Oh, okay. Well, dang, it's a good question. I think everybody wants to collab with Charlie Puth, so I'm not gonna say Charlie Puth.
All right.
Um, Dang, dude, that's a good friggin' question.
And it's crazy.
Um,
Have you ever seen his setup? It's like a basic.
it's like the easy, bro. It's literally like it looks like a Toys R Us setup,
It's like a corner in
like you know
his
what I mean?
bedroom. Like, all right, dude's a
It's
millionaire.
yeah, it's ridiculous, but that just shows, man. It doesn't matter the gear you have, bro. Like use whatever you have and run with it, and that's what he did. But dang, dude, I really like a band called Joan. It's like a three-piece band, bro, and they have a really like 90s vibe with like that like
Like
what do you
grunge.
call what are like not even grunge, nah, it's like those Korg Triton, so
Yeah.
that like keys sound,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about, like that type of like ballad type of
Oh, okay.
style, you know what I mean, with like big drums, like that 80s style type of like drum tone, but with like the 90s like R&B vibe. It's a weird like vibe, but I freaking love it, bro. And it has like electric, like super electric guitars, like super heavy. Um
Not like a Tame
uh
Impala, or is that totally
nah nah
different?
nah nah Nah, it's totally different.
Word. I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I never heard of them.
Yeah, Joan, check them out, bro. I would say they're kind of like dang, what's a band that's like, okay, so have you ever heard of Faithfully or Open Arms by Journey?
Yeah.
Like that, that
Mm-hmm.
ballad like
Yeah.
that, but with like a more 90s. It's weird, but it sounds so freaking good. So those guys are geniuses. Yeah, so with them, and I mean in the CCM Christian world, like when I first started playing music, um, Marco Barrientos was one of like my
Goat.
biggest influences, bro.
Goat.
The freaking goat. So I would love to produce a song for him one day. I've already tracked on one of his songs. You can't even hear the guitars on it, but it's still something.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take it, you know. But I would love to produce a song for him someday, man. Yeah, he's one of the reasons why I fell in love with worship music. So yeah, I think that'd probably be it. Yeah,
Dope. What is one
yeah, dude.
message you would like to give to those who want to pursue what you do?
Oh man, dude, just go for it. Like faith moves mountains, man. Like for real. I was always told in school, apply to this college, make sure you have something that's stable, make sure you have this, make sure you have that. Nobody ever told me chase your dreams. Like not one time in high school, nobody ever told me just go for your dreams. And everything that they told me back in school, I ignored it. Not that it's bad, right? But it's like I don't want to be like that person that's just like doing the norm, man. I want to do my own thing, you know? And so yeah, one thing I can just say is just do it no matter what people say. Like legit, just follow your dreams, man. And if that's what you really love, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've by the grace of God, man, I've been able to accomplish so much and without going to school and any of that. And I literally graduated high school and just jumped into it, man. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to be where I am today. So that's all I can say for that.
And that and that leads me to my next question is what would you be doing right now if it weren't like for your career
Ooh.
as a musician and producer?
Um, yeah. So in high school or even through since like elementary school, uh I turned out to be a pretty good drawer. Like I can draw freehand like it's nobody's business, bro. So
How come I never seen none of
as
that?
because I it's a passion thing. I never had a passion for it, bro. So you never saw it. I never like as I got older, I kind of just like I didn't have as much interest for it.
You don't draw at
But in
all
high
still?
school,
You don't ever get like
nah, I mean, I've had thoughts about like going to the store to like Target and buying a notepad for like, to draw and stuff, but yeah, I haven't really done it yet. But in high school because of that, like some art teachers were always telling me like, "Oh, you should go to art school or you should go to college and be an architect and stuff like that." So I feel like I've legit even like applied to colleges for architecture in
really?
in high school. Yeah. So I feel like if I would have been doing music, I probably would have been doing architecture. But the reason I'm not doing it is because um an architect, right? A really good architect can make millions of dollars a year. A pretty decent architect can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, right? But to get to that, you'd have to be already working in architecture like 20, 30, 40 years. And it's like, I don't want to wait that long, man. Like I want to just go and you know what I mean? So that kind of threw me off. Not threw me off. It just kind of like I didn't have it really, downgraded my interest, bro. So um yeah, so when I saw that, when I did my research, I was just like, you know what? This is cool and all, but I don't have a passion for this. Like my passion is music. Um, and so yeah, I probably would have been an architect right now. Probably not a really good one, but yeah,
I
I probably
mean,
would have been doing that.
if you really think about it, right? You're really into stage design and making sure your
Yeah,
creative space is like like it's good, it's breathable, it looks good, it captures
yeah,
your eyes. So if you really think about it, dude, you're not that far off.
yeah. I mean, I guess
Instead of an
so.
architect, more like an interior designer.
Interior designer. Honestly, I would not mind that, bro. I have a lot of friends that are they're not like officially interior designers, but they have like the eye for that stuff. Like I walk into their house and I'm like, yo, what the frick? Like this can be on a magazine, you know?
Right.
Um, so who knows? Maybe that's something that I'll get into. I've always low key like you know designing like a space, you know, like a living room or something. So I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, it's music, man. It's full on. I can't wait for COVID to be over. I want to tour. I want to do all
Go
of that
back in the
stuff.
road,
So
yeah. And
yeah,
that's what
man.
I'm gonna ask now too is before COVID and even now, man, where have you
Yeah,
worked or who have you worked for? Where can people um listen to any parts of you? You know what I mean? Like your
yeah.
guitar parts, anything.
Um, yeah. Well, for the last 3 years, I've been working as a music director at a church in Burlington, New Jersey called Fountain of Life Center. Um, and so yeah, it's literally what my title says. I'm the music. I direct the music and do Ableton and all that good stuff, scheduling bands, and so I've been doing that. On the side, I've been doing production work. You can find my stuff on Spotify. I literally made a playlist that's called My Work, and it just includes stuff that I played guitar in or produced and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's that's pretty much what I've been doing. Before COVID, that's what I was doing. During COVID, I was fortunate enough to keep doing that. It's weird. I actually got busier when COVID happened. And yeah,
Because the thing about COVID is that like you miss touring obviously and all that stuff, but like
yeah,
half of the things you can just do from home. You know what I mean? Like you can
yeah,
record at
bro. Like,
home, just do parts, and you send each other emails and files, and
yeah,
you know. But
exactly.
like who specifically? Like let's talk about artists specifically. Who have you worked for that people may have heard of?
Um, well, I worked a lot more on like the Spanish side. Um, I'm trying to think of who I played live with. Uh, uh, there's an artist from Atlanta. Her name's Vanessa Vicepo, but I played with her like one time. That was back in like 2015, 2016. Um, I play frequently, well, not as much now because there's like no events. With David Reyes, he's in Seattle. Shout out to Dave. Um, um, I recently did Maverick City, so I got to play with like a lot of big name Spanish people: Cristina Claudio, Miguel San Marcos, Daniel Calvetti, Blanca from Group One Crew, Taking It Back. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Group One Crew. Um, Israel Houghton, which is insane. I still can't believe that happened. Evan Kraft. Yeah, that was all in a day, which is
Crazy,
mind blowing.
crazy.
It's
It's like you
crazy.
checked off everything on one day. You're like, all right, my life is complete.
Legit, bro. It's crazy, man. Like, so yeah, those people, I'm trying to say Chosen International, which is a local band from New Jersey. Um, yeah, there's many others, bro, but it's just kind of hard to like remember,
It's
man.
all
It's
good.
crazy. Yeah.
What are your favorite gigs to do?
Mm. Youth events.
Youth
Youth
events?
events, bro. Especially like the big conventions or conferences. Cause, dude, I remember I did like a youth convention. There was probably like 1,200 or 1,500 youth, bro. Like not just people, youth. When you have that many teenagers in a room in a room all together like that, it's a party, bro. Like they get lit, bro. So we'll do like the most hype songs, and those kids get turned up, dude. It's so fun. Um, yeah, and aside from that, like when like seeing those kids, man, in worship and like it's really inspiring, man, to see like the next generation, you know. So those I think those are my favorites, man. Is like those youth events.
Because again, it's
They're
live.
honestly like yeah, they're legit like the best, bro. It's super inspiring, man, to see those kids, and it's honestly the reason why I do what I do, because of those kids, man. So yeah, I think those are my favorite.
Do you have any
So
upcoming events?
oh. I mean, I have some events with Layla. I mean, everybody knows Layla. Olivera. I have some stuff with her, some live stuff.
What about projects too?
Projects. I am currently working on a single right now. Not for myself, for an artist. We're in the process of tomorrow. We're recording vocals. If you've seen this, it already happened. Um, and then it's off to mixing. I am working on two other live cover songs for Layla. That's pretty much almost done. Just waiting on some like tuned vocals to be finished up, and then that's sent off to mixing. And then I'm starting another single for a friend of mine from Texas. His name is Armando Sanchez. Um, I'm excited because he hasn't worked on anything original in a while since he lived in Puerto Rico, and now he's been out in Texas for 3 years now. So he hasn't really, released anything for a while. So I'm excited for that. I'm starting that probably tomorrow. Um, yeah, man, that's what that's what I have going on right now. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. People to hear it.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks, bro.
What is the best advice that you have been given that you can give to somebody else besides like don't quit? So let's talk technical,
Yeah,
to be prepared for a certain gig or
yeah,
gear, all that.
yeah. So being prepared and all of that is like super important. Having all the right gear is super important. But to me, the best advice I've ever gotten, bro, is to be yourself, be humble no matter what. Um, People don't want to be around cats who are like full of themselves and full of ego, right? They want to be around people who are like I said, they're humble. They think of others first before they think about themselves. So yeah, just kind of that, man. Keep your character in check. That's probably the best advice I've ever gotten, because the person that's gonna like if someone's thinking of an event, they're gonna call like this person first as opposed to that person. You know what I mean? So yeah, just keep your character in check. Be the best person you can be. Um, be the person that you'd want to be in a room with. You know what I mean? Because yeah, people don't want to be in a room with people that are always like talking about other people or talking about themselves, trying to lift themselves, on a pedestal. Like, nah, man. Like,
You're trying to vibe.
people just want to, yeah, I just want to vibe, man. Like, just be yourself. So yeah, that's probably the best advice I've ever gotten. Your character, your talent can take you far, but your character will either keep you there or take you out. You know what I mean? So
Put that on a
that's really
t-shirt.
important. Yeah. Heck yeah, bro.
That's what's up, man. Well, Steven, thank you so much for being with us, man. It's honestly really cool to be talking to you. Like I said, it's been a
Likewise,
very
bro.
long time, that me and Steven
Yeah.
have known each other, and it's crazy to see the development within him, and it's awesome to see everything just coming together, man. All your hard work. It's really cool, man.
Thanks, bro.
Like we don't really talk much often, but I do see your stuff and
Yeah.
like really proud, bro, of the stuff you've been doing, and it's really cool. So, Steven, where
Thanks,
can
man.
people check you out? Your social media? Where can people book you if you have any emails to find you?
Yeah. Yeah, so all of that is on my social media. I have like Facebook and Instagram. My main one is Instagram. People can find me at even_Stevens_. And there I have a button for like email. And yeah, so if you want to contact me through email, you can even DM me. Yeah, that's where you can find me. I have a YouTube channel as well. Just type in Steven Burgos. Same thing with Facebook.
It'll just pop up.
Yeah, it'll.
Steven's
Yeah.
the number one
There's
guy
not-
up there.
No, there's just not that many Steven Burgos in the world. So
Dope.
yeah.
So then, if you're interested in having Steven, come out for any events that you have to play live instruments, or Steven is also a producer as well, and you wanted to get some tracks done, whether it's vocals or full band, whatever the case may be, you can always hit Steven up. Steven, we appreciate you, man, and thank you so much for being on with us.
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it, man. This is fun, bro. It's an honor. So,
Peace.
peace.